guys, how you doing? I hope everything is well. Everything is good with me. Y'all, what is going on? Guyana, I don't understand why Guyana is so mad at Adrianna's father. It's just, it's shameful. So, he cannot speak the First Amendment. He can't speak against the president, the governor, or whatever. But what he's speaking about is the truth. It is not like he lied. It's not like he's lying. He's telling the truth. He's like, you didn't help me. And I told y'all when we first covered this here from day one, that the father and the mother, I'm talking to the father and the mother, that's what I'm talking about, that they would never, bad enough, you would never in your life forget about what happened. But the father looked like he was more, girls, for some reason, they're more closer to their fathers, like for real. Like me, I'm closer to my father. You know what I mean? Girls is just daddy's little girl. And I told y'all, until they find out what really happened to Adrianna, that they're going to go through it. They're going to go through it. I'm telling you. I told y'all from day one when I've been following this here, from day one, that he was going to go through it. Long as you don't know what really, really happened to your child, this is what you're going to go through. Like I told you, I have three kids I lost. And if you don't get the answers that you need for your child, you will blame yourself, which Sir Bryant shouldn't have to blame himself or the mother, because you did nothing. You didn't do anything wrong. What I'm saying is you didn't do anything wrong. But, the father's feeling like, I let my daughter down. You didn't let her down. You did not let her down. We cannot change back to the hand. You cannot go back to the hands of time. You understand? If it was her time, it was her time. Even though in the way it happened, she's in a safe place now. And she's going to look over you and make sure that you get justice for her. But the father and the mother cannot blame themselves for what these demons did to her child and his child. They cannot blame themselves. Like, for real, you cannot do it. It will kill you. You hear about a lot of, I'm going to be real with you. When my son was killed, I'm not going to lie, I almost passed away from a broken heart. They brought me back. But I almost passed away from a broken heart. Like, for real. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the father has to, relax. And I know that's a terrible way to say, is relax. But he has to understand that he did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. She's watching you. She see that you're fighting and fighting and fighting. She's watching you. And you're doing everything right. But when you have evil people around you, this is what you're going to go through. You need to separate yourself from, which is, I feel like, the father. I feel whoever he feels that he needs to stay away from or pull himself back from, he needs to do it, and he's the only one that knows who he needs to pull himself back from. You understand what I'm saying? Because I tell people this here all the time. Nobody has good intentions for you but yourself. Like for real. But yourself. They're saying, allegedly, when after the funeral, you know, that's so sad. You know, they fought so hard. They fought so hard. But their daughter looked beautiful. And the mother was right there. No one wants to see that. That's nothing. And then they said that when Brian, after the funeral, they're going to arrest him. Y'all. If that happens, I live here in Brooklyn. Do you know the Guyanese community is going to lose it? Besides over there, they should just lose it. If they touch this man, they should lose it. I'm telling you. Because there's no way that they would stoop so low to even put this out there. I don't know how true it is. You understand? I don't know how true it is. But if they stoop so low and touch this man because he said that this man did nothing for him. What did he say? He did not lie. He didn't make up a lie. I said this here when the mother and the father brought their daughter over here for the autopsy. I said it and I meant it. I'm going to be real with you. I said what I said. But you know, they didn't bring their whole family. I said they should stay in Georgia. I really believe they should have stayed in Georgia. If not in Georgia, there are so many places that they can live. I be real with you, Brooklyn is beautiful. Brooklyn is beautiful because here they have a big community here. When I say a big community, trust me, you will be in good hands. With the Guyanese here, you will be in good hands. And I really feel that he should come here. Straight to Brooklyn. Ask for asylum. And stay here. And raise your children here. I know New York is not the place to really like raise your children. But in the Guyanese community, they're very family oriented. For real. I'm telling you the truth. They are very, very, very family oriented. So they will embrace them like they was home. For real. They will get apartment quick. They will get everything that they need. Because this shit that's going on right now, this is going to kill them. This is going to break them. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't want that to happen to them. I don't want anything to happen to the mom and the father. And you know they have other siblings. So you have to be strong to be, to be able to take care of the rest of your children. I know it's killing them. I know it. You can see it. But he has to understand you did nothing wrong. Listen, man. There's devils everywhere. Do you understand this played out on real time? So, we know what happened. You understand? I told you, I did this video from day one. I called it. I don't give a damn what nobody said. I called it. I said, Leroy, when I saw Leroy and I saw his pants wet, and I was like, yo, I called that shit. I don't give a damn. I called it, y'all. I'm telling y'all. They saying something about a blue suitcase now. I don't know. But all I know is Leroy was involved, allegedly. Leroy was involved. And then the owner said, or the owner's son said, that he was locked up when this happened. But then, in the speech he gave, he said he asked the pool instructor, did he look around to see was she in the pool? See, when you lie, you have to keep lying. Because you just clearly told us you was arrested and you didn't get out till the next day. So how the hell did you ask the pool guy? How? How did you ask him? Either you was locked up. You said you wasn't there. You said you was nowhere there. You wasn't there. You said you wasn't there. And I showed the picture of I showed the picture. It was the son. The son of the father. They both look alike to me. I think it was the son. And he had the towel on. I showed it. I showed it. I showed it. And I showed you when he was hiding in the corner. You understand? And I'm going to stick to that story. Because I know what I see. When people keep putting in different scenarios, that's when things start shifting. You understand? I would never blame the grandmother. I would never blame the grandmother. No. I just don't believe that. I do not believe that the grandmother would do that to her grandchild. Not saying that it couldn't happen, but I'm not going to say the grandmother did it. Because I don't know who did it. I just feel, allegedly, Leroy and the son. Yes, we know the room was burnt up. And we know they did it. We know that Adrianna had chlorine poured on her. I cannot believe he said that the bartender duties is to put chlorine at the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's just stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't believe that they just trying to blame everybody. You understand? Now you got the damn bartender involved. Why would he just, like, bro, you got a whole room that's connected. That's how that works, bro. I said this in my other video. Like, they playing with me. Like, you have a room, a chlorine room. It's a machine. It regulates the chlorine that goes into the pool. You just don't go around sprinkling shit in the pool. So they tried that. Like we was gonna believe that bullshit. Okay, maybe. Over there believe it, but I know goddamn over here, I ain't believing that bullshit. And that's probably how I got on her. Why are you trying to say that? Because she wasn't in the water anyway. She wasn't in the water. I believe, and I'm going to stick to my story. I don't care what anybody say. I'm sticking to my story. Okay? I've been around for a very long time. I'm not going to tell you my age. Goddamn, my son is 41. Okay? But I've been around for a very long time. And that did not happen. That did not happen. So all of this here they trying to make up about how Adrianna drowned and stuff, they need to just stop. She did not drown. She was kidnapped. She was kidnapped and she was murdered. Okay? Call it what it is. She was kidnapped and murdered. Okay? Unalive. And I will stick to what I said. It was race. It was race. It was racism. I believe it. Because you have the Guyanese light skin with, the Indian, I guess, and then you have the darker Guyanese, which is so stupid to me that they think they are better than the darker ones. And the way Adrianna's arm was so light, like somebody poured something on her, and just in the middle of the face was just so light. That to me was done purposely. Mm-hmm. Hate. That was by hate. And you sit back and say that no one can be that hateful to do that to a little girl. Yes. Okay? Yes. I believe it. I believe it's hate. I believe it's race. And, I don't know who this lady is because, I'm on TikTok, but I don't be on it like that. I just may post something real quick or whatever. But for this here Guyanese woman, the light-skinned one, for her to, let me tell you something. And I swear to God, y'all, when you talk bad about the dead, you better know. You better watch your back. Because you know what? What you wished on this little girl, you could be wishing for yourself. Mm-hmm. That's right. Don't dig a grave for somebody else that your ass can fit in, okay? Like, for real. That goes to anyone that sits there and tries to bash this family that's going through what they're going through with their daughter, with this situation. It's just a hot, dirty ass mess. It's just a hot mess. I don't know what's going on here. Like I said, the fathers and them, they went to the extreme. They just did a lot. And they're still not getting the answers that they need. But it do take time for Georgia because she took tissues, and she's going to do the best she can. Mm-hmm. She's going to do the best she can because they compromise the scene, the body, the people that was supposed to help her. That's the police. That is everybody that's supposed to have helped her. This just was all unreal, and it played out in real time. Like, you could not make this shit up. You cannot make this up. When I seen it, I was like, yo, it felt like I swear to God, it felt like I was there. You just could not make this up. And I know the father, Sir Brian, is his name Sir Brian? I know it hurts. What I'm saying is, I'm not trying to say the mother's not hurt. I'm just saying the father is really going through it because he's the one that seen this. He's the one that had to jump in the water to get his child. You know what I'm saying? Like that, he has to be having nightmares. Mm-hmm. And is there anybody in Guyana that could, give him a couple of hours a week, a therapist, so he can let out all that, happened? Yeah. Because he is holding so much inside. Forget about the tears, because that's just tears. But stuff that's on his chest. You understand what I'm saying? Stuff that's on his chest, he needs to get off. But it's pretty scary because you really don't know who to trust. You really don't know who to trust now. Because this is so hard, like I said, so heartbreaking. This is very heartbreaking. And I am so sorry that this happened to this family and to this little girl. Mm-hmm. It's so much more to this story. You could just go on and on. But I don't understand why the president, the government, whoever, is not, loving, like holding his people, holding them up. It really feels like, you know, they're all alone. You know what I'm saying? It feels like they all alone. Like, they really like don't know who to trust. Then you got the president and all these, the police commissioner, Leroy. You understand what I'm saying? You like, these people is like right in your reach. You know what I'm saying? Not to do anything to the president or in that sort, but to know that Leroy is at work, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I could take that. Not wishing that, Sir Brian took over there and do anything to Leroy because, trust me, everybody day is coming. Everybody day is coming. And the reason why the president is upset with Sir Brian is because Sir Brian is speaking back. He's talking. And you have to understand, he knows that when they vote his ass out. You understand? He knows his ass is out of there. Because this what they did here, this is just one thing they did. You understand what I'm saying? This is just one thing they did. He did the most. He did the most and did nothing. You know what I'm saying? He did the most and damn did nothing. He just put on the front to show that he is the president of Guyana. And we see, you expect us to say, oh my God, he came out. He's going to make sure that it's going to be investigated, to make sure, everything falls in place. No. It's nothing but a little black girl. That's what he feels. It's nothing but, allegedly, nothing but a little black girl. You'll get over it. I cannot even understand why people can say that out their face, that you'll get over it until it happens to them. Because he would never get over it. The family, the mom and dad, the sisters and brothers and them, they would never get over this. Never. But like I said from the first video, that they was going to go through this. I know. I told you. I've been through it. I'm telling you. Not just 1, 3. He needs to know what happened to his little girl. As long as he doesn't know, this is going to drive him crazy. And he cannot let it drive him crazy. He has to sit back and just pray and understand that it will get better. It will get better. But, they have to make it better. And to me, to make it better is to get away from evil. It's like you just can't trust them over there. Not the people. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the government. You have to be very, very careful. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a worldwide situation that happened. And like I said, over here, I didn't go over there that day, but I'm gonna tell you this: if they arrest Sir Brian, the father, it's gonna be hell to pay, because over here gonna go crazy, and I'm going. I'm going this time. I promise you, I'm going this time. I'm going. To even put that out there like that, this man is burying his child, and you putting out that. So what the hell is, something is wrong with them. Something is seriously wrong with them. For you to be so evil, to know that this man is burying his baby, and you put out in the street that as soon as he get out, he's going to be arrested. I don't know if that's true, y'all. Allegedly. Because I'm telling you, if I just don't believe that. I'm going to be real with you. I don't believe that. I do not believe that. That soon as he, because you know what? Why you arrest him yesterday? You know what I'm saying? Why you didn't arrest him? Why? Before this, why on the day he buried his daughter? Insult to injury. Like, is they good? They okay? These people y'all put in the office, is they okay? Because this sounds whack. This sounds crazy. Like I said, I really think that the family needs to get away. I'm going to be real. I think they need to get away, and I know all their families there and everything. I just don't want anything to happen to them because they are evil. You know what I'm saying? They are very, very evil people over there. The governor and president and stuff like that. Because, you know, for them to say, I'm going to arrest Brian as soon as he, you know, finished burying. What? For what though? For speaking? He didn't tell a lie. He didn't make this up. If you didn't do anything, you didn't do anything. If you ain't doing anything for the family, what you getting mad about? What you want him to lie and say, oh, he did all he can for us? You want him to lie? Oh, so he should have kept it to himself? No. But I'm telling you right now, I don't know how true that is. I really don't know how true that is. But I'm telling you right now, if they try this, New York, any city, I'm telling you here, is going to lose it. I'm telling you. They're going to lose it. And I hope that, you know, God forbid, if they even try this here, that, you know, people can raise money to bring them here. To bring them here. Yep. To bring them here. Because this is enough to get asylum. Because especially when you have the government and the president and stuff like that, they're against you. Yeah, you definitely. Even Canada. I like Canada. I really do. I like Canada too. But I think it's time for them to cut ties with them. You know, this here, it had a lot of people, me myself, having nightmares. Like I just couldn't believe it. Like, I just could not believe this shit. If I wouldn't have seen this with my own eyes, I wouldn't have never believed it. I seen it with my own eyes, and I was like, out of here. This is crazy. What the hell is going on? I don't know. All I know is that a kidnapping happened right in front of millions of people's faces. And right after that, an unaliving. Right in front of our faces. Like, for real. Right in front of our faces. Like, it wasn't hidden. It was right in front of our faces. Police was right there. That's corruption. Like, that is so corrupt. That is such corruption right there. to the fullest. And like I said, you know, he's going to be hurt. She's going to be hurt. The mom and dad, they're going to be hurting for a very, very long time. You understand? That's why I said they need a new look right now. They got to get away. They got to get away from them because they, you don't want to be, in your home and, something happened because they have ties to. You have to understand when it comes to the chief, the police, and the governor and the president and stuff like that, they have ties to really bad people. hmm They do. Of course they do. They arrest bad guys every day. And bad guys would do anything for money. Right now, I'm just like, I've seen like small little snippets of them questioning the grandmother and a lot of things. They say the grandmother is keeping the daughter in them quiet, the niece in them quiet. Like, I don't know. I don't know. She actually could be scared. hmm She literally could be scared for her, her family too. The kids. We don't know what somebody went to them and said. You know, don't say shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't know that. People just say, "Oh, the grandmother told the kids to keep quiet." You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. To keep quiet, don't say nothing. We don't know if somebody got to the grandmother and told her, "You better keep them quiet." We don't know that. We don't know that unless you're there. If you're there, then you can say that. But to me, I do not believe the grandmother has anything to do with this. I don't. I really don't. I really don't believe that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. They're saying that she bought furniture, she bought a house, she bought whatever. Even if she had insurance on her granddaughter, she probably got insurance on all of them. Like, I'm going to be real, the grandmothers do that. They do that. That's what a lot of people should do. A lot of people should have insurance on their children and themselves. Instead of going to GoFundMe and be like, we can, kind of raise money to bury your loved ones and stuff like that. But if she did have a policy, so what? She's supposed to. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. A lot of people have, the grandmothers and stuff, have insurance on their grandkids. Of course. It's normal. That's not a bad thing. Do you know how many people a day get on GoFundMe and cannot bury their loved one because they don't have no insurance? And insurance is very cheap. Y'all, but I came on here, I feel for the family, I just feel their time there is up, especially when you have these people against you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm praying that, they do not touch the father, Sobrian. Sobrian. I hope they don't touch Sobrian, because the Guyanese over here is going to lose it. I'm telling you right now. It's not just the Guyanese, you understand? Everybody. I'm Indian too, so. A lot of people be like, "Oh, you look Spanish." No. No. It's just really, really, really concerning. People sitting back, waiting. You'd be surprised who's watching. But like I said, I'm not gonna blame the grandmother on anything. That even though she was on her watch, but like I said, when I took my kids swimming, I turned my back a lot of times. And my son could swim. My son was little and he could swim at 16 feet. And I'm like, yo, bro, like, don't be doing that on that board. Like, I'm like, nah, don't, but I had to understand that he could swim. Even though I couldn't swim like that, like, he was good. But I took my eyes off my kids a lot of times. So no one can sit there and say, well, why wasn't she paying attention? Get the hell out of here. They had a damn pool, okay? They had a pool. You gonna look, you're gonna be looking and shit, you know what I'm saying? But you're gonna keep your eyeballs on them like 24/7. That's just stupid. She's not a baby. She's not a baby. She's 11 years old. They said she can swim very well. You just had people with bad intentions there. With bad intentions was there at that pool. They just had bad intentions. And I believe more happened than people are telling us. Because I don't know why people would say, certain things about what happened to Adrianna. I just don't understand it, I couldn't understand it when they first said it. Body was inside out. I'm like, how that? Well, right now I cannot comprehend what they mean by that. Like in the comments, y'all. If y'all got this far, tell me in the comments what the hell that means. That the body was inside out. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Because none of the people that did the autopsy said that. I don't know if they still can tell because, she been handled so much. This poor little girl been handled so much to get to the truth. And we still don't have we still don't have these monsters locked up. But they want to lock up the father. They got shit fucked up. Why would you want to lock up the father and you don't want to lock up the Leroy, the man with the wet pants? Like, what was he doing? Can he come out and clear that up and tell us why was his pants wet? Can he come out and ask us why his hands was bleached? Like, I saw it. I have eyeballs. I seen it. Why come he didn't come and help? Why come he ran away? Why come either the son or the father said they wasn't there? You were. I have the picture. Stop. Like, why are you lying? But you know what? He's only telling this to people. He's not telling this to the authorities. Because the authorities don't give a damn. Because they down with it. Alright, y'all. I'm going to go. Y'all hit that like button and subscribe. And I'm going to go because my back is hurting me, y'all. Alright? Alright. Y'all have a good Sunday. And keep cool out there, y'all. It's hot. Alright, y'all. Peace.